Hello everyone, got something new for you today. This is Marvel's Midnight Suns, which I'll probably call Marvel Snap at least once during this video. So I bought this on sale and I've been playing it for the last 2 or 3 days. I really like it. The basic premise, I guess, is it's like XCOM, but with Marvel superheroes, and then with some design decisions that were made to reflect that. Gameplay-wise, it's a combination of this combat mechanic that I'm about to show you, which is like a kind of quite tactile, card-based, positional fighting system. And then there's this big building called an abbey with a bunch of grounds around it that you can wander around and like talk to the heroes and form bonds with them and like play video games and hang out with them. You can go and explore the grounds and find mystical objects and things. And it all sounds like a bit of a mishmash. And visually, it can kind of look a little naff. And it's one of those games where I wouldn't have bought it if it wasn't on sale. And I sort of knew about it for a while and wasn't really sure if I'd like it. Actually, I love it. I've been really enjoying it so far. All of the things that I thought would be critiques of it that I had are true. Like, it is a little clunky sometimes, and it is a little grey visually, and some of the writing's a bit cringy or overdone or whatever. But it doesn't actually matter, because also there's a lot of very warm characterization. The combat's really fun. And the core loop of, like, it looks like a very slow-paced game, or at least it did when I watched people play it, but actually the core loop of, like, you get up and there's, like, some research is finished and there's a post on the superhero social network for you to look at. There's a lot of stuff in this game. And then you go and do a mission, which we're about to see, where you fight some stuff, and then you go and, like, hang out and talk to the superheroes and, yeah, like, do some knitting or whatever. And then you go and poke around the Abbey grounds at night to find stuff and, level up find more mechanics in which you can increase your power. And actually that's really compelling. It's a little bit like, I'll be like coming to the end of a play session, like, oh, one more day. You kind of feel that pull. I'm not going to go through all of that stuff, partly because it would be spoilers, and partly because it's kind of it's sort of slow paced, kind of chill, not super slow. I just said it was snappier than I expected, but like, it's relaxed. You move at your own pace, kind of thing. There's no massive time pressure in this game so far, like there is in XCOM. But the combat, you start by selecting a squad of your 3 heroes. I've got Magic here, who's like she can make portals, and you can kick people into the portals and then poop them out somewhere else in the level, which is quite fun. This particular mission I've chosen, I have to take Magic. The side missions all require a different hero, so you're not like locked into taking one in particular. I want to combine Magic with Ghost Rider, who can put hellholes on the floor that people can fall into, since Magic is good at moving people around. Seems like it'd be quite a fun combo. And then maybe I'll combine these two with, I haven't played Iron Man very much. Let's give him a go. So you pick your 3 heroes. Each one has their own deck. I think once you've like leveled up a bit more, you can get special cards for your specific combinations of heroes or whatever. But we've also got this item where I can purge some debuffs off somebody. And as a YouTuber's past have said, let's just get right into it. We have this nice loading screen where I can explain what's about to happen. Cool. So I heard a talk by the designer, or an interview maybe, with the designer of this game at one point. And they said that they wanted to make Marvel XCOM. That was essentially the original pitch. And it is made by the folks who made the original XCOM. But in XCOM, there's a lot of rolls to hit. Defeat all enemies before they can destroy the device. Okay. In XCOM, you can miss, and that felt wrong for superheroes. So they brought in this card-based system as a way of having variety between turns without having your superheroes fail to do stuff, which I really like. I enjoy cards. It's actually one of the... I used to play a lot of war games when I was younger, and actually one of the things that drew me to Magic over Wargaming was that sense of switching to input randomness rather than output randomness. Iron Man, spending a redraw on some of his cards will bonuses it. Redraws are like replaces. You can replace twice a turn in this game. Ooh, alright. So you get some information about what the enemies do. I haven't actually found out if there's a way to tell what attack an enemy will perform or how much damage they do. Can't really click on them. Maybe I can. No, you can't really click on them to get any details. So here's my hand. We've got currently 6 cards. I've got essentially three mana. 3 card plays. I've got 2 replaces, and then I can also move 1 hero. And then we've got this resource called Heroism, which some cards will produce. Usually, basic attacks will produce a Heroism. Non-attacking skills will produce sometimes 2 or 3. And then some attacks consume Heroism, and they're like more powerful attacks, basically. And you can also spend Heroism to interact with the environment. They're like obstacles that you can either kick enemies into, or you can like shove the obstacles at people to deal damage. Then enemy-wise, some of them will give you cards when you kill them. Well, kill them. It's Marvel, so everything is KO'd, but like your character will run up and hit them with a sword made of fire, and then be like, you're lucky I only just grazed you or whatever, and this person gets like flung across the arena. So yeah, they're dead. What have we got? So we need to prevent them from killing this thing. These people are all going to attack this. And then this one is going to attack Iron Man, but again, I can't see how much it's going to do. These shield guards, they stun people usually. Some enemies have 1 HP. They're called minions. Like this one doesn't have a health bar, so it just dies in 1 hit. Which are quite good. There's a ability called Quick, where if you kill an enemy with it, you get the mana back, essentially, the card play back. So that can be quite useful, although I don't know if I have any good targets for this one right now. Because this one just pushes someone into something. I actually don't know what this move an enemy means. Knockback, redraw to add forceful. Okay. So if I kill this guy, I get a defensive card. That's pretty good. What does this do? Gain 40 block and a counter, taunt all enemies. So this one will... I target 1 hero, I presume, and they get a bunch of damage absorption, and when they get hit, they deal damage back. And then taunt means they have to attack that hero. So you can manipulate what enemies will interact with. I can throw this at that guy, which will kill him, which is kind of useful. I wonder if this will actually reach. This knockback might go far enough. Oh, it does. So when you target people with knockback abilities, you get to kind of aim them a little bit. You have some influence over where they're going to go. So this will knock this minion back into the larger enemy, dealing a bit of damage. But it'll kill the minion. So one thing you might have noticed there is that she moved, and then she stayed where she is. So in this game, there's no grid movement, but there is positioning. You can only move a hero normally once a turn. That card gives you another one. But all of your attacks will like move the heroes next to enemies, depending on how the attacks work. Like if they're melee attacks, your hero will run up to them. So she's now near this box. Maybe I can use it. Oh, I need more heroism for the environmental attack. So here's another example. If I get Ghost Rider, press tab, I can select him. I'm going to grab this and just throw it at this enemy. Which, oh no, never mind. You know, I expected him to walk over and do it, but he's got a long whip, so he doesn't need to. Fine, be like that. This might be a good idea. So this Ghost Rider can make holes in the floor where you can knock enemies off the edge and they die, which is kind of good. And I've got a knockback ability here. So we could maybe combo this person, or maybe this one, because he's a bit tankier. So if I just put this here, where's Iron Man right now? There. I want to try and line this up. So you see he moved into range. There is a little indicator that tells you where your hero will move to after you've selected them, but I wasn't zoomed out enough. I do wish there was a bit more of a top-down perspective. You can hold shift to get this version where you can see everyone's health numbers and stuff all the time. And I wish this was like an enableable as a default. I just want this all the time, you know? Right, let's have Iron Man knock this person around. And this camera. So you can see he's gonna move to like there-ish. That should still be fine. Because I can decide the angle. So I got a 46% chance of a one hit kill with this knockback. Got him! Yes! That was a lot of bonus damage. Okay, we've not got enough heroism to make use of this. So if Ghost Rider hops onto this and then... Oh, that's just a basic minion. I want to kill this guy instead, I think. So what I'm going to do is move him. So I have a move. So I'm going to move around here. Ooh, what's this do? I could move over here, actually. Movement does have a maximum range, but it's quite long. The main thing is that being in a particular place is kind of a... It's like a limited resource, essentially. Please, Ghost Rider, do the thing. Switching to Iron Man. Oh, he can't do it? He's too close, apparently, I guess. Only Iron Man can use this object, huh? Didn't notice that. Well, never mind. I've got a card play left. What have we got? Chain to Lifesteal. That's pretty good. I kind of want to see what this even does. So this one nearly dies. I wonder if I can move this one into the pit. It might do a bit more. Or this one. I'm going to find out. Target to... Oh wow, I just get to put them anywhere? Okay. Oh wow, I can actually just put them wherever I want. Huh? But I can't put them in the hole. So I'd have to put them next to the hole and then use a knockback to clean it up. I wonder if I can put them here. And then use and then push this at them. Let's go there. It's quite fun. I wonder if I can use this to hit it. No, I can't. Oh, but I can move Iron Man because I have another move left. Because Magic gave me that. So if I put him here... I'm kind of guessing that this has some knockback. Oop, sorry, man. Alright, we're going to do this, which is a bunch of damage, and then hopefully... Oh no! Never mind. Okay. I'm going to redraw one of these. Replace last. Classic. Oh, I'm holding on to that. That's awesome. Okay. I'm out of card play, so I can't actually do anything. Most of the... Well, these two are just going to shoot the objective, which I'm assuming can tank a couple of shots. So that's fine. And then these two are targeting different units. This is probably going to stun Iron Man. But we should be fine. So the basic enemies do about 10-15 damage. Yeah, like I said, the shield guards usually do like a debuff. Although Iron Man seems to be undebuffed. Okay, that was like 20 damage. That's fine. That's a lot of reinforcements. Holy moly. There's also this AoE ability where this one is gonna... He's gonna blow up at the end of our turn and deal AoE damage. I don't know exactly how much AoE damage. Chain 3, one for each card in the hand. So chain is you can target more than one thing. So this does 18 damage to 3 targets, which can be some of the same targets. I might just try and push this person into the thing again. But what I could do... How do I find out how much damage the explosion does? I think it says on Iron Man's health bar, but I can't get a good idea of it. 26 out of 52. It looks like it does 26 damage. These have 30 health. What I think I can do, if I put magic here, I can use my forceful knockback to push this enemy over here, so that when it explodes, it will take out a bunch of these mooks. And then I just need to damage them a little bit. So I'm just going to start with that, I think. I should be able to aim it from here to the middle of the group. Yeah. So we do this. It will stop when it hits this enemy and also deal damage to it. And then it will still blow up at the end of the turn. Oh, she leveled up. That's nice. Right, so that's going to take out the 2 minions. It'll finish this one off, and then we also need to deal a little bit of damage to this one. And then there's this one left to kill. Will this do damage to itself? I guess not. Maybe I can deal a bit of damage to it just to make sure that it does die. It is also tempting just to do this and ruin everything that way, but if I do... Oh, there's someone... Oh, there's people here, I forgot. Thank you, game, for showing me that there are, in fact, enemies behind me. That's also important. So if I do... I've got 2 card plays. I could use Hellride to kill both of these. Or... How much health are they on? 20 and 30. If I do the surgical strike, it'll hit this. I can hit this one once. And then this one twice. For lethal. I could use this, actually. If I make this one vulnerable, then I can hit this one once, and this one once. This will die, because it'll take 50% bonus damage. I get the card play back, and then I'll have enough heroism to do another surgical strike or the Hellride. So I think that works. So mark this person. Drop this, so we're going to hit this once, this one. Oh! Oh, I played an Iron Man card, so it lost the chain. I messed up. I forgot that that's how it worked. Give all heroes 27 block. I might want to just actually do that then, now that I've messed that up. How many of these are attacking the objective? This one is, and it's not going to die, and this one is. The objective is fairly tanky. I've also got this item. Maybe I can switch to magic and have her use this to hit this enemy. Can I do it without also hitting Iron Man? No, but I can move Iron Man out the way. Either by attacking. Where does he go if I do that? Stays in the same place, huh? Well, what I can do is I can do this and then move him. Big damage. Oh no, he landed in the middle of the thing. Okay, this is why I saved the move until afterwards. Right, now you're going to move over here, please. Anywhere is fine. This'll do. And then we're going to use magic to kick the... Oh, I've run out of heroism. Magic is not going to kick the thing. So I should really replace earlier in my turns. We know how this works from Duelyst. But this is going to go boom at the end of my turn. It's going to take out all of these guards. And then we've got one left here. This one left is going to attack Ghost Rider, but Ghost Rider's got loads of HP. He'll be fine. This one is going to hit the objective for like 10-ish again. And then we'll see some more reinforcements, but that clears. We'll be ending this turn with much fewer enemies in play than the previous one. Oh, wait. Oh no, it doesn't kill him. I thought he died as well, but he just didn't render for a bit for a sec, for some reason. Okay. Only 3 new enemies this time, that's good. Right, what have we got? One more wave remains. Okay, can I Hellride everything? I can Hellride most things. I don't know how thick the line is. I need some heroism. Let's give some heroism. Let's put on this one. These don't gain any heroism. This one does. This one damages Ghost Rider himself. Concerning. But I can move this. So what I'm going to do is throw this one at this enemy at the back. Or I guess it may as well be this one. Because the others all have low HP. I don't even really need the Hell right here, actually. Most of these are minions with the 1 health. And then that one's now dead, and this one's really, really low. On the flip side, I have nothing better to do, so... Oh, that's quite a big line. That's a hefty line. So we're going to move him. This is what I found the moves to be most useful for. It's either setting up the environmental things and setting up the... Oh, no, you're joking. There'll be one left. And Ghost Rider is on kind of low HP, which is concerning. Although I get a card play back from killing the big one, so... Okay, that was sick as hell. I haven't played that card before, that was awesome. Ghost Rider KOs a number of enemies and fills the souls meter. He will draw a copy of Drained Souls. Increase friendship with Ghost Rider to improve this passive. This is the core loop of the sort of large scale loop of my brain is saying Marvel Snap. It's not Marvel Snap, it's Midnight Suns. Well, Marvel's Midnight Suns. Where befriending your heroes makes them more powerful in the combat as well. So it kind of feeds into itself. Like the dialogues with the heroes improve the progress the story, and obviously it's nice. Oh, this card, right? Yes. But the... Oh, right, that card discards my hand. Redraw to add forceful. How much health is this on? No. It's a minion. Go away. Yeah, befriending the heroes and progressing your relationship with them, which as well as being generally nice and progressing the plot, gives you... Oh, there's an enemy left. See, this is why I wish there was more zoom out. I just forgot this person was here. Although they're going to attack the box, so... that's fine. Arm Delta responding. Military, 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 military. Okay, what have we got? Minion, minion. That's the 30 HP person who was here a second ago. I swear there's one more. Oh, if you pan the camera while holding shift, it pans more quickly. That's kind of useful, actually. That seems to be it. Okay, well, this shouldn't be overly difficult, I imagine. Well, I get to make a portal. Quick Blast. Well, that seems handy. Quick gives you the card play back if it... Oh, there are more enemies. If it KOs something. So they're really good for building up heroism. And obviously clearing out enemies for free. We've got another Quick Blast. I like this thing where you can replace them to get bonuses. Big into that, that's good. We'll use it on one of these. And then what have we got? Lash, Limbo Portal, Gather. Can this hit both of them? Oh, it can, that's nice. And then I guess I can lash the big one. Or maybe that needs a heroism. There's no consequence to your heroes taking damage. They, unlike in XCOM and stuff, they heal always after missions. So it's fine for Ghost Rider to take some extra damage here, because he'll be fine. I don't want to throw it into the objective. That's a terrible idea. So this would be something that I'd like to see fixed as well. Moving the camera, you can't use the arrow keys. You can't use WAS to move the camera. You can only pan it when you're targeting. Bit of a strange decision there. Or not a decision. It might have been like a technical constraint that they couldn't finish off. Alright, that finishes the mission, I think. I don't know what the mission rating is based on. You get these little comic covers after missions that are like generated based on what happened, which is kind of cute. And you get some rewards, which you can use to upgrade. The Gamma Coil gives us cards, and the Intel Cache unlocks site. You can send your heroes off to do missions on their own, and the Intel gives you that, which then levels them up and allows you to. It is very much like XCOM in the progression. Like the relatively relaxed pace is the biggest difference. That and the lack of missing when you're 99% to hit. But I mean, having played at least one of the XCOM games through, I definitely prefer this style of combat. Obviously, I'm a card game person. I like the positionality of it. I like that there aren't any periods where you're just like walking your heroes forward through, monster closet laden empty rooms very slowly, turn by turn by turn, moving them forward. I hated that. So this, you always get right into the action. There's no monster closets or anything. I mean, there's reinforcements, but you always have a chance to interact with enemies before they can interact with you. And you get a little bit of information on what they're going to do as well, which is nice. Like the targeting reticles. I think the UI could use some work. Like, I was complaining about the zoom and stuff. And like, it is a little grey and indistinct. I do find that the game looks a little better in motion. The environments around the Abbey are quite lush, for instance. They're quite nice. And you can like customize the hero's clothing and stuff, because of course you can. So you can sort of add a bit more color to it. But so far, I think a lot of especially the side missions, a lot of the combat has been like, I'm fighting sort of grey and green armored faceless books on, grey parking lots with strategically placed crates. So that I would like to see changed. If they're, I don't know if they're working on the game further. I don't know how well it's sold, but I think the game could use a bit more jazz in that respect. But I do actually find the combat very satisfying. Like, so far, I've really enjoyed the kind of, I like the abstracted movement, and the skill ceiling on it actually seems to be very high, because paying attention to the little details of like alignment between units, where your heroes move after you use which cards, and like learning which cards you can use, because different heroes move differently. Like, some of them have ranged attacks, some of them have melee attacks. Like that thing where I got Ghost Rider to pick up a crate and smash it across an enemy's head, some heroes will run up to it, and others will use a whip or a telekinesis or whatever from a distance. So it does vary based on who you're using the action with, which I think means there's a lot of ways you can learn to play the game. The interaction between different heroes is very interesting as well. Like, I didn't play it, but I was hoping to combine Ghost Rider's Hole with a spell Magic has called Gather, where she basically... Oh no, I did play it at the end, but you maybe didn't see it doing much of import. It was just an AoE damage spell at that point. But it sucks enemies into the center, essentially. So pulling them in and dropping them into the hole would be amazing. Like, put a hole in the middle of a bunch of enemies and bang. That would be a sick combo. So I'm hoping to pull that off at some point. Like I said, I'm going to call the video here rather than walk you through all the various progression mechanics and the storytelling and stuff. Partly because it's spoilers, and partly because I think it's not particularly good video material. It's more for, just chilling out with a cup of tea and taking your time kind of material. But I hope this was interesting. I will say this game is quite expensive. I bought it on sale for £20. I think normally it's 50. I don't know that I'd pay £50 for it, but if you're hankering for either some XCOM-esque game or some Duelyst-esque game, some card-based, position-based tactical gameplay, I've actually really found this game to be good at scratching that particular itch. And also, if you want to like sit by the pool with your favorite Marvel hero, I guess that is also part of the sales pitch. But honestly, I'm making jokes about it, but I've quite enjoyed that aspect as well. It does work for me surprisingly well. So, just watching everyone, and have a good one. I'll see you next time.